Hello, this is Samiullah Khan, Senior Grade Lecturer from Gridhar Ram Narayan Institute of Commercial Practice, SJP Campus, Bangalore. In this session, under the chapter Company Secretary, I will explain the functions and duties of the company secretary under the following heads: the statutory duties, non-statutory duties. Under non-statutory duties, functions and duties in relation to directors, functions and duties in relation to shareholders. Now, in this session, we will discuss these concepts. Now, this session is conducting with the object of acquire the knowledge of company law and secretarial practice, and to acquire the knowledge and understand the functions and duties of the company secretary. Now comes to the functions and duties of the company secretary. The functions and duties of the company secretary are classified into two types, such as statutory functions and duties. Secondly, non-statutory functions or duties. Here, statutory duties refers to those duties which a company secretary has to perform as per the law, as per the statute, as per the any act existing in India. Those duties are called as the statutory duties or functions. Secondly, non-statutory functions or duties are those duties which a secretary has to perform, but which is not mentioned in any law, any statute or any act. The secretary performs these duties on the basis of an appointment agreement which is made between the secretary and the board of directors. Based on this appointment agreement, the secretary has to perform the various duties. Those duties are called as a non-statutory duties or functions. Once again, these non-statutory duties or functions are subdivided as follows: functions and duties in relation to directors. Secondly, functions and duties in relation to shareholders. Thirdly, functions and duties in relation to office and staff. Next, fourthly, functions and duties before and after incorporation of the company. And last and fifth one is functions and duties in relation to meeting. Now, these are all the various duties of a company secretary under the head non-statutory duties. But in this session, we cover the first two non-statutory duties, such as functions and duties in relation to directors, functions and duties in relation to shareholders. This only the two non-statutory duties we can discuss in this session. In the next session, we can discuss the other non-statutory duties, such as in relation to office staff, in relation to before and after incorporation of the company, and in relation to the meeting. Okay, comes to the first concept, statutory duties or statutory functions. The duties which a company secretary has to perform according to any law or any statute or any provisions of the act, those duties are known as statutory duties. Now these statutory duties is compulsorily has to be performed by a company secretary. Fails to perform these statutory duties attracts some fines, penalties, and even imprisonment for a particular period. Therefore, the statutory duties are those duties which a secretary has to perform compulsorily, because it is mentioned in the law. Therefore, law has to be followed. Then, under the Companies Act of 1956, mentions some of the statutory duties, mentions some of the duties that a company secretary has to perform. Those duties are as follows. The first one, signing of annual returns. A company secretary has to prepare the annual returns, annual reports, annual accounts with the accounts department and duly checked with a certified chartered accountant. Along with the signature of the chartered accountant, the secretary has to sign the all annual reports, returns, books of accounts. That is the duty of the company secretary. As such, it is mentioned in the Companies Act. It is considered as a statutory duty. Second one, registration of allotment. A company secretary has to send letter of allotment and letter of regret. Letter of allotment to those applicants to whom the shareholders, the shares are allotted. Then letter of regret to those applicants who are applied for the shares, but to them the shares are not allotted. Therefore, it is the duty of a company secretary to send both letter of allotment and letter of regret to the applicant. Letter of allotment to those applicants to whom the shares are allotting. Letter of regret to those applicants to whom the shares are not allotted. After sending a letter of allotment and letter of regret, a company secretary has to register all these details in a register of allotment of shares. This is the duty of the company secretary. The next duty is issuing of share certificates. After allotment of the shares, the secretary has to collect the money on shares, either the allotment money or the call money. After that, the secretary has to issue a certificate to the shareholders that is specifying the number of shares allotted, the amount paid by the shareholder, and remaining amount payable by the shareholder in future period, if any. Therefore, this is the duty of a company secretary to see that the share certificate should be issued to all those applicants to whom the shares are allotted. That is another statutory duty of a company secretary under the Companies Act of 1956. The next one, convening of annual general meeting. It is a statutory duty of a company secretary to convey all the meetings of the company, whether it is an annual meeting, whether it is a board of directors meeting, whether it is a shareholders meeting, whether it is a creditors meeting. It is the statutory duty of a company secretary to follow all the rules, all the provisions, all the essentials of conducting of a valid meeting, whether the meeting may be annual, board, whether the meeting is a creditors, etc. Therefore, it is a duty of a company secretary to conduct the meetings periodically, which is mentioned in the Companies Act. For an example, annual meeting is conducted once in a year. Board of directors meeting at least minimum 3 months once they have to conduct. Likewise, periodically the company secretary is conduct the meetings of the company, different types of meetings of the company. That is also the one of the statutory duty of a company secretary. The next one, maintaining the share registers. It is the statutory duty of a company secretary to maintain a register of shares, nothing but a register of shareholder. In that register, he should register all the details of the shareholders to whom the shares are allotted, the name of the shareholder, address of the shareholder, the contact details of the shareholders, the amount paid by the shareholders, and amount payable if any. All those details has to be entered by the company secretary in the register of shareholders. Therefore, it is the duty of a company secretary to maintain the register of shareholders. The next one, maintaining the register of directors. No doubt, the board of director appoints the company secretary. The company secretary has to maintain all the registers which is required by the registrar of the company. Periodically, this registers is inspected by the authorities. Therefore, it is the statutory duty of a company secretary to maintain the another register called the register of directors. Under this register, he should enter the details of the director, such as the name of director, address of the directors, contact details of the directors, number of qualification shares purchased by the directors, amount on qualification shares paid by the directors and yet to be paid. All those details has to be entered by the company secretary. Yes, these are all the some important statutory duties of a company secretary under the Companies Act. Comes to the next act, under the Stamp Duty Act. Under the Stamp Duty Act, the company secretary has to ensure that the proper stamps are affixed on the company documents, like letter of allotment, share certificate, share warrants, and any other documents. This is the duty of a company secretary to identify the proper value of a stamp to be affixed on the particular document. The value of a stamp may be vary from one document to the another document, depends upon the value of that particular document. Therefore, a company secretary should ensure that a proper value of stamp are pasted or affixed or purchased on according to the Stamp Duty Act. The next act, under the Sales Tax Act. Under the Sales Tax Act, nothing but nowadays it is called as a GST Act. Under the Sales Tax or GST Act, it is the duty of a company secretary should see that the company is registered according to the Sales Tax Act, according to the GST Act. If necessary, the secretary has to submit all the tax returns, GST returns, periodically to the concerned authorities, and he maintain the documents required by the sales tax authorities relating to the GST. This is the statutory duty of a company secretary under the Sales Tax Act or GST Act. Next, under the Income Tax Act. According to Income Tax Act of 1961, it is the following are the statutory duties the company secretary has to perform. Those duties are as follows. The first one, the company secretary has to deduct TDS. TDS. It stands for tax deducted at source from the salaries of the staff. That is the first statutory duty. The next one, he see that the certificate of TDS is issued timely. TDS, nothing but tax deducted at source certificate, are issued timely to the authorities. Next, he should ensure that the tax deducted at source, whatever way the TDS deducted, is deposited to government treasury within the prescribed period of the time. The next, to submit the various forms and returns required by the income tax authorities periodically. As these are all the various statutory duties of a company secretary under income tax law. Next statutory duty, under the MRTP Act, FERA Act or other acts. The various duties which is performed by the secretary under the various law, such as MRTP Act, Monopolistic Restrictive Trade Practice Act, FERA Act, now it is called as a FEMA Act, Payment of Wages Act, Bonus Act, Provident Fund Act, Gratuity Act. In all such acts, a company secretary has to follow and perform the duties which is to be performed under such acts. These are all the statutory duties of a company secretary. The statutory duties are those duties which a secretary has to perform secretary has to perform under the various laws, various acts existing in India. Okay, under this we have discussed some of the statutory duties. Comes to the next one, non-statutory duties. Non-statutory duties are the functions of a company secretary. May vary with one company to the another company. May vary with nature of the company, size of the company. Non-statutory duties refers to those duties which a company secretary has to perform according to the agreement which is made between a company secretary and board of directors. These duties may vary from nature of the business, nature of the company, size of the company, which may vary from one company to the another company. Now, the non-statutory duties of a company secretary are subdivided as follows. Functions and duties in relation to directors. The various non-statutory duties which a company secretary has to perform towards the directors of the company. Company secretary is an employee of the company and act as mouthpiece of the board of directors. From the legal standpoint, the secretary is an employee of the company, but actually his position is not like a servant of the company, because he is highly responsible, highly honorable person and more qualified and knowledgeable person than the directors of the company. Therefore, a company secretary has to perform the following functions towards the board of directors. He is to ensure that the actions of the board of directors are strictly in accordance with the provision of the law. Because the company secretary knows the law, the board of directors does not know the law. Therefore, the company secretary should guide the board of directors. He should ensure that whatever the actions taken by the board of directors are within the law. The next one, he helps the board of directors to formulate the policies and arrive at a decisions. No doubt the board of directors has an ultimate power to take the decisions. They have the power to formulate the policies and plans. The secretary has to help the board of directors at the time of taking the decisions. He has to collect the information and pass this information to the board of directors. Then they can take the accurate and good decisions. The next one, he issues the notices and prepares the agenda of the meeting in consultation with the chairman of the meeting of the board of directors. According to the Indian Companies Act, the company secretary should convene the board of directors meeting at least once in 3 months, once in a quarter. Therefore, the company secretary prepare the notice of the meeting, finalize the notice of the meeting of the board of directors. After finalizing, he should issue the notice of the meeting within the prescribed time limit mentioned as per the Act, and prepare the agenda of the meeting with the consultation with the chairman of the meeting of the board of directors. The next one, the company secretary has to record the attendance of the board of directors who are attending in the meeting. The next, the company secretary has to prepare the minutes of the board of director meeting. Next, company secretary issues the orders and instructions of the board of directors to the members and other staff. Whatever may be the orders taken by the board of directors, the company secretary see that all those orders and instruction of the board of directors should reach to the concerned staff or concerned members. Next one, the company secretary arranges for the payment of director fees. Whatever may be the fees which is mentioned in the articles of association of the company secretary see that those fees to be paid to the directors. The next one, the company secretary has to maintain all the important correspondence, files, documents and the records of the board of directors. These are all the various non-statutory duties and functions of a company secretary in relation to the directors. Next one, the functions and duties in relation to the shareholders. Company secretary plays a most important role between shareholders and the company, shareholders and the board of directors. Therefore, the company secretary has to perform the following duties in relation to the shareholders of the company. Those duties are as follows. The first one, a company secretary is a medium of communication between the directors and the shareholders, between the directors and shareholders and the debenture holders, between the shareholders and the creditors of the company. He can collect the information from the shareholders, he can collect the suggestions, he can collect the recommendations, complaints, grievances of the shareholders and passes to the board of directors. Similarly, he can collect the information from the debenture holders, creditors and other groups and passes to the shareholders. That is why we can say now the company secretary is a medium of communication. He is a liaison officer. He is a connecting officer between the shareholders and the company, shareholders and the board of directors, shareholders and the debenture holders and the other groups. Next, the company secretary handles all the confidential matters of the shareholders. Now, whatever may be the matters relating to the shareholders, all such confidential matters should be handled by a company secretary. What rate of percentage of dividend declared by the board of directors in the board meeting should be known by the company secretary. Similarly, now the financial matters and non-financial matters which are confidential in relation to the shareholders are handled by a company secretary easily. Next one, the company secretary has to take the full responsibility of payment of dividend to the shareholders within the 42 days from the date of annual general meeting. In the annual general meeting, a dividend is declared to the shareholder. This dividend, the company secretary see that this dividend is paid to the shareholders within the 42 days from the date of declaration in the annual general meeting. The next one, after the dividend is declared at the annual general meeting, the secretary will prepare the dividend warrants and send these dividend warrants to the concerned shareholders. That is the next duty has to perform by a company secretary. The next one, he has to issue the share certificate, the share warrants to the shareholders, because the shareholders, after the shares are allotted, the shareholders require the proof of their investment of the capital. The proof is the share certificate. Therefore, the company secretary see that the share certificate should be issued to the shareholders periodically, timely. Next one, issue the letter of allotment. It is the duty of a company secretary to issue the letter of allotment to those applicants to whom the shares are allotted, and he should issue the letter of regret to those applicants to whom the shares are not allotted. Therefore, it is the duty of a company secretary to issue the letter of allotment and letter of regret. The next one, it is the duty of the company secretary to issue the call letters. Here, the call letters means application money is paid by the shareholder applicant at the time of applying the shares. Next, allotment money the shareholder pay at the time of allotment of the shares. The remaining amount which the shareholder has to be paid is collected by the company on the call. Excuse me. This call on shares, the shareholder has to pay the call money. Therefore, whenever required by the company on the decision of the board of directors, the secretary should see that he should issue the call letters and collect the call money. The next one, the company secretary has to issue the notices and agendas of the statutory meeting, annual general meeting, extraordinary general body meeting of the shareholders. This is a duty of a company secretary to prepare the notice of the meeting, finalize the notice of the meeting with the chairman of the meeting, prepare the agenda and approve the drafted agenda with the chairman of the meeting and send to the shareholders within the prescribed period of time. Then he has to maintain the minutes of book of the shareholders meeting. Now, whether it is an annual general meeting or now it is a statutory meeting of the shareholders, extraordinary meeting of the shareholders, it is a duty of the company secretary to maintain the minute book. The next one, maintain the share register. It is a duty of a company secretary to maintain the register of shares, the register of transfer, the register of transmission of the shares. In all these registers, he should enter the details of the shareholder. In the register of shares, he enter the how many shares allotted to the shareholder, what amount they have paid and yet to pay, etc. In the register of transfer, he has to register the details of the shares to whom the shares are transferred. Then lastly, he has to maintain the proceedings of all the meeting. Maintain the proceedings of the meeting. He should record in the minute book. He should maintain all the proceedings, updates of the meeting of the shareholders. These are all the duties a company secretary has to perform in relation to the shareholders. Okay, I hope, dear students, you understand the concept of the functions and duties of a company secretary in relation to the directors, in relation to the shareholders. In the next coming session, we will discuss the functions and duties in relation to the office and staff, in relation to the before and after incorporation of the company and in relation to the meeting of the company. Okay, comes to the multiple choice questions of this session. The first one, the duties of a company secretary may be classified into statutory duties and non-statutory duties. Duties of a company secretary can be classified into option A, statutory duties and non-statutory duties. Option B, non-statutory duties and general duties. Option C, both A and B. Option D, none of the above. What is the answer? Yes, it is option A. The duties of a company secretary can be divided or classified into statutory and non-statutory duties. Now you have to come to the next question. The statutory duties of a company secretary means the duties performed by a secretary as per the law. Are you agree with this statement or disagree? What is the answer? Yes, it is agree. That statutory duties means the company secretary has to perform the duties according to the law. The next one, statutory duties of a secretary includes maintenance of books of accounts, registers of the company. Option B, filing of necessary returns with the registrar of the company. Option C, supervising the transfer, issue and allotment of shares. And option D, all of this. What is the answer? Yes, option D, all of this is the right answer. Next one, arranging the meeting and recording the proceeding is a statutory duty of a company secretary. What is the answer for this? Whether it is a true or false? Yes, it is true. That is the duty of a company secretary to arrange the meeting and recording the proceeding of the meeting. The next question, company secretary duties relating to directors are convening the meeting of director, option A. Option B, record the minutes of the proceedings. Option C, A and B both. Option D, none of the above. What is the answer? Yes, it is the option C, A and B both. Next question, polite behavior with the shareholder is one of the duty relating to shareholder. Students, are you agree or disagree with this? Yes, it is agree. There is a duty of the company secretary that he should be polite with the shareholder. Whether this statement is true or false, company secretary has to see the recruitment, training, development, progress, promotion, etc. of the employees of the office. Option A, true. Option B, false. What is the answer? Yes, it is true. The next question. Before the incorporation of the company, secretary has to get memorandum of association, articles of association and certificate of incorporation. The option A is agree, option B disagree. What is the answer, my dear student? Yes, the answer is agree. The next question, company secretary will obtain the certificate of commencement after incorporation. The option A true, option B false. The answer for this is yes, it is true. The last question is company secretary duty is to put the name of the company at all the face of the registered office of the company. Option A, agree. Option B, disagree. The answer for this is yes, my dear student, it is agree. Yes, these all are the MCQs for the related to this session. Now, after the completion of this session, the session outcomes are the students can know the duties and responsibilities of the company secretary. Secondly, to analyze and apply the provisions of the company law regarding statutory duties of the company secretary. Yes, these are all the certain books of references. Now, thank you, my dear students. Till that, we can come to the next session. Goodbye.